How to hire an acquisition specialist even if you are brand new and you feel like you're not even ready. That's the topic of today's show. This is Todd Toback, and I want to welcome you to the No Limits Real Estate Investing Podcast. If you are trying to do your first deal, or if you are trying to scale your business to 7 figures, you're trying to create a machine that spits off cash month after month after month without your personal day-to-day involvement, you are in the right place. I've got a gift for you. If you have not been over to nextlevelwholesaling.com, there's an assessment there for you, and it's going to score you in the 4 core areas of your business. This thing is a tool, and it's a phenomenal tool. I actually created it for myself and my team so that we can get better every single month. And so I used to take the quiz with my team, and I used to spit out a score, and I said, okay, this is where we need to improve. So if you're feeling lost, or if you're like, hey, what is that next step I need to grow, to make more money, to get more time freedom, go to nextlevelwholesaling.com, take the free assessment there today. It's going to be completely eye-opening. And looking at that, you're going to be like, yep, this is the next step that I need to take. So go check that out at nextlevelwholesaling.com. So that being said, I want to welcome Joseph and Ryan back to the show. These are our partners in Birmingham, and thrilled to have them back. How's it going, Joseph and Ryan?
Good, Todd. Thanks for having us back.
Going well.
So when I saw the topic of this show on the Google Sheet, I got really, really excited because there's a lot of people out there who are in this business, or they're starting the business, or they feel like they're on a hamster wheel doing everything like themselves and run around like a chicken with their head cut off. And the idea of working with somebody inside the business to lock up contracts, right? Big fat wholesale deals is really appealing, right? But it's also scary, right? I remember when, and I'll let you guys talk to this, when I was thinking about hiring my first team member, I remember I was completely scared. I didn't want to do it. I'd put it off. And then I looked over at my wife in the morning after I'd been working for myself for 2 years. And I said, I don't want to go to work today, right? The interesting thing was, I was working for myself, right? And so I was just done. And so I waited too long. So I'll plant a little seed there. By the way, it turned out to be the best decision that I ever made. But if you guys can tell us a little bit about your backstory. I know you've talked a little bit about this on the podcast. By the way, I'll say this at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show. Joseph and Ryan, again, I'm partnered with them in Birmingham, Alabama. We're doing a ton of deals. We've got an amazing team there and amazing processes. If you're interested in working with Joseph and Ryan, go ahead and reach out to them at, it's Angela at Forward Investment Group. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes. Angela at forwardinvestmentgroup.com. We'll say that email address at the end. But that being said, so Joseph and Ryan, tell us a little bit about, you guys are working together in the business, right? You're doing all the work. Start there and tell us a little bit about your transition.
Yeah. So we both started out cold calling. So Joseph had his Vulcan 7 dialer from his agent days, and we both tag team the phones for a few months, and deals start piling up. And Joseph recognizes, somebody's got to handle selling these things. So jumps off and starts selling these properties like wildfire. And I keep banging the phones. And then we switched to Mojo dialer, and we were able to dial 3 lines at a time, which was amazing. We were just blowing through the list and getting deal after deal. We switched to that. You got anything else on it?
Yeah. And, we were doing, like Ryan said, everything in the business. We're doing paperwork.
Everything.
We're going to the closings. It's very stressful. So then that's when we decided, we need to hire that acquisition specialist so we can take a step back and really build this and scale this business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when we started working together, right, it was just you two, right? If I remember correctly, right?
Oh yeah.
So Then you decided to hire that acquisition specialist. So tell us about that emotion.
Oh yeah.
Right,
so
that you had.
I was feeling a little bit like Todd Toback whenever you decided you didn't want to go to work. So I would come in, reluctantly start banging the phones, and as I was starting to get some early signs of burnout, and I was saying, Joseph, I think we need to start looking to hire somebody soon. And we'd never done anything like that before. So yes, all those thoughts, like, what if they steal our deals? Or what if they come in here and learn our whole system and just run away? But one day I was in traffic, and this guy I used to work with named Kyle, who's now our acquisition specialist, he just pops up in my head. And I was thinking maybe he would be good at this. So I give him a call. They said, you know what? This is a wild story. Me and my friend Jamie were just talking about real estate recently and trying to get into it. And he pulled the trigger and came in, started working for us.
So he was just in your network.
Yeah, just in my network, our network.
So let's talk about this, because you mentioned something that I think a lot of people are scared of, and that is, okay, what if I bring somebody in and teach them everything and then they go out on their own, right? Or whatever that is, right? Talk a little bit about that and how you got over that.
Well, I think that's something I'm more of the, I guess more of a pessimistic mindset. Joseph's like ultra optimistic. So we overcame that pretty quick. We recognized it as a limiting belief that, okay, there's unlimited amounts of deals out there. So, okay, if they come in here and steal a deal, they're gone. And that's the only deal. So
yeah, we got to have an abundance mindset versus the scarcity mindset, because, if you stay in that scarcity mindset, you're not going to grow as a person, as a team. You're always going to be doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
So,
exactly. One of the things someone asked me is, what if someone steals a deal? And then I said, well, what if you keep doing what you're doing? Right. I mean, that's like far worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been doing this. I mean, I've been in this business since 2001. So what is that? 21 years now. And I've been working with people probably about 15 years, and I've never had someone steal a deal from me that I know of, right? That I know of. I've been in much more danger of sabotaging myself, right, than someone else sabotaging me. So I'm just so glad that you guys felt the same way.
Yeah, Todd. I'll just add too, like, you want to make sure if you hire based on your core values for your acquisition specialist, that's never going to happen, because, you're hiring based on what, your beliefs, that kind of thing.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to fast forward this. And, now that you guys have hired a team, let's talk about this. So it sounds like, Ryan, you guys went and you hired that first acquisition specialist, right?
Sure did.
So you hired them. It was in your network. How long did it take to get that person? Well, first of all, did they have any experience in real estate, any sales experience? What was their background?
He was as green as they come.
Okay.
Had no clue. We had to load him up on podcasts to get caught up on the language of what we do.
Okay.
But he did good. What, get his first deal in like 2 weeks under contract?
About 2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks.
So first deal under 2 weeks. And it sounds like we talked about this. You trained them, you poured into them, you spent time with them, making sure they're closing deals. You actually hired a second acquisition specialist. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Yes.
One thing I told Kyle, the first one, I was like, I promise I'll make you six figures if you just come join the team. We'd love to have you. And he's going to make six figures this year. And so would Jamie. And Jamie was the second one we hired.
Okay. So that's the one thing that I love, is that whenever I'm talking to acquisition specialists, this is a phenomenal opportunity, right? Because it's very, very entrepreneurial, right? It's not like being stuck at a job where you can control your income. These people can make six figures working with your team. If you're listening to this, you want to hire someone, right? You can bring someone onto that. But what I love about Joseph and Ryan is they're very focused on the careers of their team, right? And like, hey, if I make this guy money, right, I know that they're going to make me money. So now your second acquisition specialist, what's his name?
Jamie.
How he's also on track to make six figures?
He sure is.
Yes.
And what was his background?
Oh, so Jamie, he's got a mixed background, but mostly hospitality management.
Okay.
He's had a lot of management experience in fine dining and stuff like that.
Okay. But no real estate experience, not really sales experience. He's got experience managing people. So this is great. So let me go back to, so now you've got two performing acquisition specialists. First of all, how has that freed you up?
Oh, tremendously.
Oh man. So it's funny because there's parts of the business you didn't know you needed so much attention until you're relieved of that duty. But it's great. Everybody's heard the saying probably that if somebody can do it 80% as good as you, then let them do it. Just get them in there and let them do it.
Right.
Because they're going to get it done and free you up to do what you can do best.
Yeah, and I think the last 20 deals that we've done and closed, we haven't locked up ourselves, or we had very little involvement in. So
Right.
we've just been there, man, overseeing the team.
Oh, pouring into them, and
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but I also get a ton of fulfillment out of that, right? I love pouring into our team and our leaders. It sounds like you're grooming one or two of your acquisition specialists to be a leader.
Yep.
But seeing them make money and then their opportunity, I mean, especially a small company like the real estate company in Alabama. So that is just so awesome. So let's go back now because everyone's like, where do I find this person? And I've talked about this on the podcast, and you've got them in, sounds like you got them in my favorite place, but I won't take away your thunder here. So let's talk a little bit, number one, about those core values, right? How you came up with them and why they're so important.
All right.
Well, yeah, we are a values based company. We're people of faith, and we like to make all our decisions based on that faith because there's, and so we stuck those in our core values. You want to list them?
Yeah. So I mean, one of them, one of the most important ones was extreme ownership because we, instead of making excuses for things, everybody's they own their results, they own their their actions as well. That was just a big driver in that holding people accountable and making sure we're hitting our numbers, that kind of thing.
Can I do data, not drama?
Yeah, data not drama.
Data, not drama. Todd has to catch me on that all the time because I want to tell the backstory for everything. But yeah, come to me with facts, not just how you're feeling about the leads out there. So that's one of our main core values as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Data,
Okay,
not drama.
so now you have these, right? It's time to hire somebody, right? It sounds like you guys, got these two people out of your network, right? So, I mean, when people say, "Oh, I don't know anybody," or "I don't," what was the process of you saying, "Hey, these two people might be a good fit," and what was that initial conversation? So, pretend like we're talking to a newbie and someone who's in Joseph and Ryan's shoes, and they're like, "Okay, how do I hire? And how do I find that person in my network?" What was that thought process of you reaching out to these two people?
I'm kind of like I don't know. I like to do what people have done in the past, just go on like Indeed and create those job ads. And, you might find some people there, but you don't, it's just, I think it's more of a core, like I said, a core value fit when you hire from your network because, you've been with these people in the past, how they act in certain situations, you probably come from a similar background and it's just so much more of a fit and you feel it once you hire them people. So.
Yeah, we, like Joseph said, we did all that stuff. So hiring somebody is just like marketing for a property you want to wholesale. So you got to get as many people, qualified people through the door and check them out as you can. This situation, our network just happened to beat out those pool of people. We did have a few interviews from those lead sources, but ultimately we sat down and realized Kyle, I'd worked with him for a few years in the hospital setting, watched him take care of patients like with extreme ethical standards, and really good, nice guy, hard worker, loyal. He's been at every job for several years, so he's not just jumping from job to job. And we realized he'd be a perfect fit with those qualities.
That's for two greater guys. Loyal, hardworking. They don't complain. They come in and do the job, and we love that they're part of our team.
Yeah.
Right. Well, amazing job, gentlemen. It sounds like, we're building something great in Alabama. And I want to remind everyone who's listening, if you want to partner with us and specifically Ryan and Joseph in Alabama, if you have leads that you want help closing, if you have a deal that you need help moving for the highest possible price, or if maybe you're an acquisition specialist or thinking about you want to get in the real estate game and don't want to do it by yourself and you want to join a dream team locally, hands-on, reach out to Joseph and Ryan. What's that email address?
Angela at forwardinvestmentgroup.com.
Any closing words, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah, just reach out to Angela. That's our operations manager. She oversees the whole operation. We're really crushing it over here. We've got something big going on. If you have deals that you would like to, that need some help selling, got a stellar dispositions team, and we'll get rid of that property for you. And let's make some money together.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, don't forget to head over to nextlevelwholesaling.com to take that assessment, and I will talk to you on the next episode.